Welcome, brave adventurers, to the mythical continent of Gaia, a realm of untold wonders and perilous quests that await your courage and valor. As you journey through this land, let your senses come alive as we unravel the secrets of this fantastical world. Gaia is a land of ancient tales and fabled cities, each infused with its own distinct charm and mysteries. As you explore its vast landscapes, prepare to be captivated by the wonders that lay before you. Our journey begins in Arcanaria, a city that seems to blend seamlessly with the surrounding nature. Here, grand towers and mystical spires stand tall, reaching towards the heavens like sentinels guarding the arcane secrets that lie within. The floating gardens of Luminia grace the sky, a testament to the ancient art of magic, where flora of vibrant hues defy gravity and radiate an otherworldly glow. Next, we venture to Astradia, nestled amid the cradling embrace of towering mountains. The Starfall Observatory awaits, a haven of stargazers and celestial enthusiasts. Under a night sky adorned with twinkling stars, you'll witness cosmic wonders and rare alignments that will guide your destinies on this extraordinary journey. The last thing you three remember is following Darling through a door. And as the three of you exit this door, you find yourself standing atop a rectangular platform. It's got some like flowers and there's some grass, and you kind of just step upon it. And as you look down, look over this edge, and imagine this platform that you're on is essentially just like a large planter that you would see. It's just big enough that you guys can stand on it, and it's like floating. And so when you look over the edge, you see more of these platforms like that you're standing on, with some with patches of grass, some not, some with trees, some with flower, and I mean, you were literally in a floating garden. And Darling, you have brought them here in chase of the Grand Magus.
I think she's just gonna hop down to the next platform. Best keep moving. Look back to the others and like, are you following?
Alright, Warp. Time to get some eyes in the sky here.
Oh, wait, hold on a second here. We've got to see what's going on with the rest of what's going on in the world. Can we just start by saying, there are times in this podcast, for example, with Barrett and Garrett, that we separately of one another create characters and we bring them in. These things happen and play.
Alright, Gorp, if you want to go ahead and take to the skies there, give us a quick 360, see what's going on, see what's what.
Yeah, go on, kiddo.
And Gorp will, and he'll unfurl his wings and hop majestically into the sky.
Okay. He does that. Is there something you want to do, Devin, before I give him a...
From his pack, Osiris will pull like a Indiana Jones style cap. He'll kind of slap it against his leg because I guess is the sun shining? Sun shining here?
Yeah, it's sun shining for sure.
Go to take care of the eyes. Put that on, and then he'll as he does that, he looks at the bird creature. Is it a bird? It's a bird. You just
Gorp is a dragon.
Is a dragon? Okay, he looks at the dragon. And just kind of stares as it flies around and goes, well, that's pretty neat, isn't it?
And right there, we're going to pause a second, because it's really important that we just establish some things for the visual theater of the audience. And, frankly, the players. Darling, do me a favor and remind your co-podcasters about your character's physical appearance, especially being level 13. Any changes in her time that they need to know of?
It's been 5 years.
I mean, it's been 5 years, but she doesn't look much older than she was 5 years ago. Give or take. But, I mean, when you're a 20-year-old, it's kind of hard to tell sometimes. I like to think her hair is longer this time around, Dwayne.
Okay.
And I think by now she should have 5 tails. Still blue. It still has like the little white undertones of fluff for her hair and her tails.
Actually, darling, I meant to tell you one's dark black. No,
One's dark black now. God damn it.
No, they're blue, but they tick like the hands of a clock. Just all around your body.
They probably have that like subtle like ticking motion. It just sways in rhythm of the seconds. But she wears like a normal adventuring outfit, a little more fitted this time around, less flowy stuff about her. Haven't probably performed this show in a while, so we'll see how that goes.
excellent. Thank you so much, Devin. Please tell us all about Alice. Oh, sorry.
Alice is a full-blooded orc who doesn't have parents.
Tell us about Osiris.
Oh,
The
Osiris,
next god
okay.
that you're playing. I went from Atlas to an Egyptian god.
Question:
Spoiler alert.
do I sense that I'm a prince of a group of people that have been undiscovered as Osiris?
You do, and they're really good at dancing.
Okay.
And
Osiris
your
is
ship.
a treasure hunting archaeologist. He wears like a flyer's jacket, a plain shirt underneath that, tucked in belt, brown pants, work boots, traveling boots. Human. He's just a regular old dude. He's
You ever
pretty
seen
nondescript.
Maverick? You ever seen Top Gun? It's like how Top Gun dresses in the 80s, essentially.
Yeah.
Just brown.
All right. That's me in a nutshell.
Shane, tell us.
Yeah.
No, go ahead. You're ahead. Go do it.
Sorry. It's funny, you know, and there comes times in this podcast and we don't talk about it beforehand, but we come together. So Drake is like a 60-year-old human man. He is wearing exactly what Devin described. No, so Drake is 24 now. So he's a young elvish man. He's a wood elf background. He's got kind of like sandy brown hair, which is kind of up and to the side because he's got these goggles. He wears these goggles on his forehead, you know, the kind. And he wears like, it looks like a kind of canvas style, like khaki, I don't know how to describe it, shirt with like a white shirt underneath that, and it goes into like some khaki trousers, which are long pants. So basically, it's
You ever seen
imagine
Goku?
Have you seen the Crocodile Hunter?
Yeah, like that.
If he fusion danced with Goku, it would be
Okay.
their outfit
Yeah, that's cool.
because he does have
So
long
Goku
pants.
doesn't have
and-
any socks, and the Crocodile Hunter had knee socks. So does that mean you have like ankle high socks now?
You cannot see my socks because my my trousers are bloused into my boots.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah.
That keeps the critters out when you're in the environments.
And so now that we've reacquainted ourselves with our champions, our heroes,
And Gwarp, just for
tell us about
Devin's
Gwarp.
sake. Just for Devin's sake, so he doesn't think he's a large bird.
He's a big bird. I get that much
So
out of
is
it.
this like a bird?
Bird?
That was amazing. Because I forgot you
Gwarp-
didn't know.
Gwarp is a medium-sized dragon He is copper colored. He's kind of like squat like a toad. He's got wings that kind of cup around the sides of his bodies when he's not flying, and he's got like a row of kind of like spikes that go down the center of his forehead and make him have a little punk rock mohawk. His face looks Venusaur-esque. You know the dragons that have Venusaur face? That one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one. Like most of the ones in How I Met Your Dragon, where it's like the bigger ones are like.
To date myself, we have a tradition where when we turn 18, you get your final Happy Meal. Your final Happy Meal as a child. And my Happy Meal toy from my last Happy Meal was a How to Train Your Dragon toy. So I never really got into that. I was an adult with no children when that movie came out. So I don't really have a frame of reference.
Just go ahead and cut that out, Jidge. That's pretty sad. It's probably the saddest thing I've heard on this whole podcast.
No, I have a feeling that the more How to Train Your Dragon references might be coming, and I just want to make sure that everybody knows I
don't know.
You just gotta watch the movies. Well, now they're going to.
If you lose a leg, there will be
reference.
I'm missing a leg.
We're gonna make sure he loses a leg.
Drake is missing his right leg from the knee down, he has Kato's leg from the knee down.
He has a mechanical leg. He has a mechanical leg, which we didn't realize at this point is really used for him to saddle up on it and be able to ride Gorp.
Gorp does have a saddle.
Yeah, he also is famously in love with somebody who's not in love with him, at least obviously.
That's how it usually works.
What other How I Met Your Dragon?
We could just make up anything we want about How to Train Your Dragon because he wouldn't know.
That's true.
I really wouldn't. I'm over here like, is that real?
Time where there were butt fucks?
Because now I'm worried.
I wonder if the same thing's going to happen to Gorp that happened to...
Yeah, you better go watch those movies. You might get the plan.
Drake actually has to die now.
He just jumps off the planter.
Now Gorp's
backstory. What's that over there? To the accent.
Gorp is like the last one of his race. Now, like whoa, that guy actually got dark quick.
I'm pretty sure if Drake dies, Gorp ceases to exist. I'm pretty sure that's
not in this podcast. In this podcast, if Drake dies, Gorp goes and does exactly How I Met Your Dragon. Or how
he actually goes and opens up a food cart and is more successful than you.
Your Dragon is way better of a story idea than How to Train Your Dragon and How I Met Your Mother. For sure.
They sit down Sugar and Spice, and they're like, nay. And he's like, you don't tell you How I Met Your Dragon? Because now he owns your cart and is married to May. Took your life.
Okay,
anyways,
cool.
Back to the podcast about D&D, and not the 4-minute segue after you guys introduced your character. So, as Gorp is flying around, you're seeing the floating gardens, and again, these are vibrant flowers and trees, and you can see, with some effort, you could jump from platform to platform. But these are floating independently, and actually, I say with effort, like you guys are adventurers, 5 feet, 6 feet, isn't that bad, right? But it's still a pretty big jump overall. It's not like you're jumping like 1.5 feet or 3. Like you got to clear some distance. And that's what you see. None of you recognize anything because you've never been here before.
Can I quickly orient myself to the world around me at large using like some assumptions that I would assume to be true, like the sun still rises in the east, for example?
Oh yeah, you assume most navigational normalities.
Sick.
And I imagine Darling's she's just kind of going ahead of us, like leading the way.
I think she went to like the next one, looked back to make sure you were still following, and then just waiting. Her tail's ticking in seconds.
I guess so. This is kind of new to me, but I'll burn a spell slot to use primeval awareness. So I can sense whether any aberrations, celestials, dragons, elementals, fae, fiends, or undead are present within 1 mile. Actually, what kind of terrain would you say we're in?
Technically city, because like you're in the floating gardens, but because it's like, you know, a garden or whatever, I'd say it's like probably woods or whatever.
Okay, I have forest. So
that would work
miles.
for me. Yep. So what?
6 miles. So it's so any of those creatures within 6 miles, because I'm within one of my favored terrains.
Cool. So you need to know about each single one? Is that what we're?
I just I will know if they are within that radius, and I will.
Okay.
And
cool.
it doesn't
if you
reveal.
wanted me to start listing some off, I would just go through an entire town's worth of names, because I wouldn't want you to cheat the ranger of all things of any of their features.
Well, this feature doesn't reveal the creature's location or number. So you just tell me if any of those boxes are checked.
Yeah. Immediately, the celestial box is checked.
All right. Well, taking a cursory glance here, looks like we might be dealing with some celestial beings, some sort of creatures from a higher plane.
Oh, thank you, sir. Kind of you to notice. And he'll just shimmy down to the next step.
All right. I'll hop on Gorp and make these jumps.
With the dragon, yeah. Wait, Gorp's huge, right?
He's long.
Okay, but he at one point was a pudgy dragon, right?
When you
described him the first time, you called him pudgy?
I call him squat and toad-like. So he is a big boy, but I think his game statistics...
he's a more round... I'm just more saying for flavor. He's a more roundish dragon. So, like, he jumps and lands. Like, it could rock...
Oh, homie hops like a frog.
Yeah, okay. So as you're hopping from thing to thing, as Gorp hits, the platform you're on rocks a little. And it's a bigger platform, right? But it's like... each time. And how many do you guys go? Do you just guys keep going until you're heading towards the bottom? Is that the plan?
I'm following Darling.
Hi, Darling.
That was kind of the plan. So there's a city beneath us, and I think you pointed out an observatory, but I'm not entirely sure where that is in relation to us.
Yeah, that is a different city entirely.
Oh, okay. Then I'm not. I was
just giving you guys a little bit of a description of the world before we fell into it.
Yeah, no. I'm gonna head down to the city.
Every RPG player knows that the scariest final boss isn't Tiamat, Vecna, or Orcus. Why? It's none other than scheduling a game, that foul beast. It's no one's fault they can't make it, Tim. So how do we get a game together that is exciting, fresh, and worth exploring? The answer is plainly Roleplay Revolution. Roleplay Revolution allows you to generate ready-to-run adventures in minutes. It comes complete with NPCs, monsters, maps, and more. What a hoot! Your adventures can be highly complex for even the most intelligent, or as simple as you require. Isn't that right, Timmy? Roleplay Revolution has powerful tools that let you tweak your adventure after initial creation, so don't worry about all those last-minute great ideas that you come up with. You start by just throwing out some of your favorite themes, movies, games, etc., just to get the juices flowing a bit. Want to mix high fantasy with your favorite RPG title? Well, go crazy. A mustachioed plumbing brothers and steampunk? You got it. Your imagination is the limitation. Roleplay Revolution allows you to create the game you'd love to run, but just don't have the time to write. To spice it up even more, Let's assume that Tim and your other quote-unquote friends are indisposed for a long period of time. Never fear! Roleplay Revolution has an AI-powered DM named Oracle. That's nice. That will never leave and keep its time commitments. Oracle will run the adventures you generate for you. You can run the adventures solo with Oracle, or have a GM for you and your friends. It's free to try, but we, Lawful Stupid, hope you'll hear this and go for the annual subscription. If you purchase the annual subscription and use the code Lawful Stupid at checkout, you'll get a whopping 20% off the total price. Head on over to roleplayrev.com and let the games begin.
Yeah, so you hop down a couple of these platforms, and you land in one that's got like foliage and flora, and there's also like an older looking tree. And as you guys land, and as Gorp lands, it's a durr, durr, and you kind of hear a creaking. And out of that tree walks a humanoid figure with like a like it's like made of bark and thorns and stuff. And it kind of like unfurls itself, and as it unfurls itself, it's got like a maw and stuff. And then over that, it, you know, slides down this mask, and he says, darling, thank God you're here.
Yeah, sure. Always here. What's up?
He looks around. Well, this is embarrassing. Okay. I don't look like who you think I am. But how do you think you survived? A Time Lord? Come on.
Well, I survived one, and then I became one, so here I am. So who are you?
I'm Win. I made you a Time Lord.
And why are you here and not where you're supposed to be?
Oh, 'cause it's real bad dangerous back there. Aya lost her mind. He's like points in a swirling circle towards his temple.
I could tell with the picture on the door, yes.
Oh yeah. She murdered some guys. And by guys I mean important people like gods. I'm out of there. I came here.
She'll look back to her brother and her uncle figure. I was like, oh, yeah.
It's really weird when Darling says that.
You gotta cut that out. We cannot start off on this note. You said uncle with a question mark.
You and I, as a player, am slightly confused about what Kevin is to us, but it's fine.
It's my dad's friend. It was always around a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was, but when you say it like that, it makes it real bad.
You're welcome.
You can have good friends that aren't weird.
Exactly, we're just roommates.
Yeah.
In Survivor Guy College.
Share a bed.
So everyone else can have more room
Ty
for
just said we're
activities.
trying to save money.
Oh, yeah. Uncle.
There's so many kids.
Drake. The pillar gods are kind of dead. Maybe if you were to believe the stained glass pictures on the doors. And all the other gods too, back in Goron. Because that's not where we are right now. If that wasn't apparent with the surroundings.
Hey, hold on a minute. I've got just a quick question here. So, I'm expected... We came through a door. We dropped down through a magical garden here. And so, I'm expected to believe that this creature here is the Win. I use his name as a curse word sometimes, like, Win's phantoms. And you expected me to believe that's him.
You could do
I say
better.
Win's Wang.
Win's Wang. I have not used that one. But seriously, what's going on
I'm a fan
here
of
right now?
alliteration.
Yeah.
Well, I'm only inclined to believe him because he called me out as a Time Lord. Not many know that, so that's fun.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, I did that. That was me. I did that. You're welcome.
I love you, sister of mine, but your tails are literally ticking.
You thought it was you. That's cute. I like people.
No, I'm just saying.
Better.
You could guess that you were Time.
You're saying you're wearing it.
Killing it, though.
Dude,
Wearing
right?
the hell out of it.
Sure, thanks. It's not fun. Time's a little bit wonky in the head, and she, like, makes her fingers around her head just to be like, not entirely sure. A little confused looking. But no, I'd like to claim that story as my own. If you're not home, that's my doing.
You cut me to the quick. Well, glad you're here. Very important news, dear. You can't go back.
Like just her, or?
Or any of you, really. That's why you're here. To fix my problem. To fix the problem.
No, I'm going to go get the Grand Magus because he stole something of mine.
Ooh, thieving. I like that. I mean, acquiring.
I was promised dragons.
Yes, it does relate to dragons.
Of godlike proportions.
Yes. She'll go and pull out the little gems that she took from the gate. Somehow these relate to the Geosquam gate thing.
Why don't you describe those gems for everybody?
They're the colored gems. I know one's black, there's a blue one, a red one, and 3 other different colors. They're a little bit more dull this time around.
They're actually blank.
They're blank
Like
now?
clear?
Even the red one.
They're clear.
She'll look at them and it's like, huh, these were colored.
You killed them. They're all gone. The people that were in there are gone now.
People.
All right, listen to this, mate. Check me out. One time I was at a bar, I was having a drink. Someone poofed right into one of those things. Another time, a good friend of mine went into the black one. And now my friends are gone. I came with you thinking, hoping that we could get them back. But now, you're telling me my friends are not in there.
I don't know about your friends in these ones. I took these from the gate.
So that's not the same one that fella was in that night you found me at the bar.
Dwayne?
These are things that happen. Can you just tell her, Devin?
Oh, yeah,
Outside
you
of
weren't
character.
there. I was
She
figuring you guys
wasn't
weren't there. So, because you were heard the story, so I just imagined
That's
you would
true, it
know.
was.
Like,
Hey,
if you were being...
two other
you should've
stories.
Darling was there.
Darling was... so, in my story, there is a guy who... He's got white hair, and he's at the bar, and he pulls out this red gem, and I say the Elvish
you don't
word...
need to tell. You don't need to say all that. Just tell Darling's part.
Oh, well, Darling comes in afterwards, and she gets the red gem from me that this guy went into. That's why I'm asking about that, because the guy went into it.
Oh,
I
okay.
told you about that, too. And so you
Yeah.
have it now.
And that's a different red gem from the red gem that was in the gates during mine.
Oh no, it's the same.
Okay. That's fun. I guess they are missing. Just gone, I guess. Just put them back in her bag.
I
but
was
they did.
promised
They were colored.
dragons.
There are dragons. It
But
relates.
no friends.
Can I take a look at the gems? I've been studying these Geosquam for, I don't know, 5 years. I know a thing or two about their
Yeah.
worship.
Here. Just drop them all in your hands.
All right, thank you so much. These seem precious. Can I roll any sort of check, Dwayne, to see
Yeah,
if
you
I
roll a history check.
know about these? Sick. checking one thing real quick.
Devin, you did wonderful. I loved that. You killed him!
Would this be an intelligence check to recall information about dragons?
Yes.
Excellent. So I have advantage on that because they are my favorite enemy.
Yep. I wish it wasn't favorite enemy. I wish it was like favored.
Subject.
Yeah, I wish it was something better too. I had a 14, sir.
Okay. Yeah, with a 14, you remember these gems. You've seen them in art and books and murals of the Geospawn. So you know that these are supposed to be the gems that they think are like connected to their dragon gods.
Whatever it is that makes these dragons special, the Geospawn worship, they're connected in some way, inexorably, to Goron. And it's possible that us coming to a different world may have disrupted that connection.
That makes sense.
That's my best educated guess. You want these
Let
back?
me see them diamonds. Yeah, can I take a gander at them?
I guess we'll all just take a pile of them.
Does he hand them to
You
me?
each get 2 gems.
We each get 2. I hand 2 to Osiris and I hand 2 back to Darling.
Which 2 do you give me?
They're
Can I
all clear
request
now.
the black and
They're
the
all
red?
all clear now.
No, they're clear.
Oh, like no color, colorless.
Yeah,
So
they're
just,
all
like, void of-
colorless.
I-
Well, I hope. I hold him to my fist. Friends, I hope you're in there, and I'm going to try my best to get you out. Don't you worry. Osiris is on the case.
Talking to rocks.
You don't say that about them. They didn't mean it, guys. And he'll put him in his pocket.
That's
I
great.
talked to a dragon.
Rocks.
He didn't talk
And I
back
talked
either.
to various people that aren't there, so it's all fair game at this point.
How many? Are they here now?
you hear Wen go, you all talk to things that aren't there?
I'm pretty sure they're not there because Findle is dead, and I see that guy every once in a
Oh,
while.
yeah. What?
You see Findle
Mm-hmm.
right now?
She'll look around just to look.
Everybody,
Really?
this joke is so relevant right now. I have to tell it. It's. Hey, let's go ahead and put this aside for the time being. The time being?
Wait.
Is he here now?
You
Can
see
him?
time being?
Yeah. Darling, is the time being?
Yeah. That's so good.
Yeah, she'll look around for Findle. I was like, nah, he's not here right now. One time I saw Kristoff, and that was weird.
Me too.
Just a nod.
If you see Findle again, let me know. Been meaning to talk to that guy.
Yeah, sure.
Is he here? Like right now?
That'd be really cool if he
forgot
was.
about that tie. Oh, that was so good. Yeah, so Wen is like with you guys and says, right? So you brought 6 gems, that's cute. But yeah, the Grand Magus, he's a bad problem for you guys. But he's also a problem for me. So if you could just take care of him.
What exactly is a Grand Magus?
I don't
He's
know,
like
some
a
smart wizard.
Yeah, it's like a mage, but grander. The
Oh.
grandest, even.
We know if he's weak to bullets.
Probably.
I mean, he's mortal.
If you can get past his magic, you know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Alright, and we just go take care of him, and then we're done?
Well, then we'll be
Yeah.
able to get the time cradle thing, and then that
What's
will
the
be
time
mine, and we'll
cradle?
some object that helps you go back in time. I don't know exactly figured it out.
Aren't you
It's
the
a
Time
fail
Lord?
What are you
safe.
going back in time for, sis?
I don't need to go back in time, but it's now mine. Paul kind of fucked up and used it, and then he ended up in the coma. So that's fine.
My brother Paul is in a coma? What?
My brother, whatever he is to me, is in a coma?
Stop talking. I'm sorry. You're not fine.
My roommate's kid. My roommate's kid is in a coma.
Your nephew?
Used to take him to wrestling practice.
One time he put his onesie on the back, which just said it was so cute.
Yeah. He used too much time. It wasn't great.
So we're just to recap here. We're getting the time cradle.
Yeah.
From the great powerful wizard.
Yup.
Because you want it. Because it's yours and you want it.
He stole it from me.
You're mad.
Yeah.
Okay.
I had a friend once get stolen from me into a gym, and I haven't gotten them back yet. So perhaps we'll add that to your list of things to get back, because it's yours, and they're mine.
Yeah,
I'm with you though. We'll find your thing first, go back in time and save mine, and then
it feels like that's a fair bargain.
Get my best friend awake.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And somehow dragons are tied within it. I'm not entirely sure yet. I haven't figured out that connection, but I figured you were the best one to figure that out.
Feel like I've been sold a false bill of goods, but all right, I'm here now. There's no way to get home.
With no way home.
So
that's my problem.
Sounds like I'm in.
Excellent.
All right. Well, I'm glad we all have our orders.
Do we know what this guy looks like?
He's grand.
An asshole.
All right, write it down. Check.
All right, sister. I know you're really good at certain illusionary magics.
Could you guys quit drawing stars on pieces of paper? That's not what she meant.
You're really good at illusionary magics. Maybe you could conjure some sort of image of him so we would know what we're looking for.
So to that point,
No.
To that point, you see Wynn raise up his hand and open his palm, and you see the swirl of like green magic and leaves kind of appear above his hand, and it stops, and the leaves just kind of drop, and you hear Wynn say, "Blast! You do it, darling."
Yeah. She's gonna try. Sorry, I wanted to make sure if I can prestidigitate it or if I have to use a spell slot for my thing.
I thought you had minor illusion, my bus.
I do not have minor illusion. I thought I did.
You'd think a foxfolk would.
Yeah, I genuinely thought
produce
it was...
flame.
I'm just saying, you think that would come with the race.
I thought it was a racial feat. I did, but you produce flame like a fairy fire, will-o-wisp kind of situation.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mozilla Firefox browser.
Oh, yeah. I can use prestidigitation. You can create a non-magical trinket or an illusionary image that could fit in your hand that lasts until the end of your next turn. So I was thinking...
Tiny Grand Magus.
Tiny, well, like a little photo frame, like the little round ones. Oh, yeah. And just like produce one of those in her palm. Of the dude.
Yeah, you present the image of the Grand Magus, which we all know is a handsome, powerful wizard, covered in blue. He's got a shield and a staff, and a beard.
And what's your fight with him there, Wynn? Why do you want this? So Darling wants this guy taken out because he's got his stuff, but...
Yeah.
What's your deal?
Yeah, he's a bad dude. You know? He should be stopped. Like heroes do. You guys are heroes, right?
Stopped from what? I don't know what he's doing.
Something bad.
All I know is he's got a cradle.
Yeah, of time. The time cradle. That's bad.
What would you say if I would hypothetically say the Grand Magus has this time cradle because he wants to go back in time and stop you from stubbing your toe 3 months ago? He wants to do a really good thing with it.
It's dangerous. As somebody who's dabbled in the manipulation of time before, don't recommend it if you don't have a lot of experience. You may or may not make a societal murderer of your family.
So we're not gonna get the Cradle of Time back for our sister and then go back and save Osiris's best friend from being eaten by a rock.
Well, I'm certainly not going to do that.
So we have to go get the Cradle of Crime back. We have to go get the Title of Crime back. And
that's a different artifact.
What does it do? Tell me what that does. Is it?
So we can never use it. So we can safeguard it
Also, good
from
point.
the grandest magus.
What's the goal here? Yeah, that's a good question.
My friend is stuck in it.
There
Your
we
friends
go.
too, eh? Okay.
All right, both your friends are stuck in cradles.
Thanks.
Wait a second, are you friends with babies? Is that?
Well, everybody
Are
at some
these
point
your
is a baby.
children?
No.
All right.
Shane and Devin, what are your passive perceptions?
My passive perception is an 18.
Okay.
Mine has gone up since our level up.
Mine is 16.
I'm sure Darling's is like 97 right now.
42.
Pretty close.
That's good, dude.
Darling and fucking why do I want to keep calling Shane's character Osiris?
My name is Drake.
My
I
name
don't
is
sound like
Osiris.
anybody else or anything.
There's no one in this episode that's even
Shane's
remotely close.
is Drake. And Drake and Darling, you guys see, while you guys are kind of talking, be like, all right, well, hold on. We're going to use it. We're not going to use it. And you're kind of bickering a little between each other. That Wim backs up and like mounts himself back up under the tree and fades back into the tree.
All right. Okay.
Weird.
Well, we know who we're looking for. So there's that. Let's go find him. Do we know he's here in this world?
Dwayne.
Darling, you know that. You know
Okay.
that you go into the door, that he was supposed to be behind this door, whatever that means.
All evidence that I've found pointed towards this door, so he's somewhere here.
Well, then we only got one world to explore. That's easy.
No, I trust you. Just follow you there. We're here for a reason, for sure.
It's the reason door, like Imagineer says. If anything you do with purpose will lead you into the wrong location. And so Darlin leads.
Yep, back to the ground.
Yep.
And we watch as our adventurers, our reunited siblings to reunited family, friends, descend down these gardens. And some of, like these platforms, some of them are more vibrant than others. Some of them you land in and you're kind of like landing in bristles and thorn bushes and stuff. But they're definitely like these rare and well manicured things. Some of them less so, as you and your party leap from them with a large toad-like dragon, kind of disturbing some of the garden. And that's the image we see as we close up the first episode, is your heroes jumping from platform to platform. And to Darling, to do a service to you, there was a intermediary piece of this that I didn't communicate to you, but you picked up on pretty quickly, which you went through this door chasing the Grand Magus because he has the Cradle of Time. What you don't have, because I failed to send you a message, is that one of have those visions of these guardians would have told you that the Grand Magus is planning something with the Cradle of Time, and that you have to stop them. And darling, what you would have learned is those images, those people that you see, whether you want to admit it to yourself or not, that's your Time Lord presence and power kind of guiding you, trying to guide you. So you know that sometimes you trust these images, and other times it's not that you don't trust them, it's just sometimes when like Findle will tell you something, you're like, oh yeah, that makes sense. But then when Rowan tells you something, it's more ethereal, and you're like, So they never command you, they're almost advising you of the timelines and the timey-wimey stuff of it. So your psyche doesn't get overwhelmed. That's how she has coped with it.
Gotcha.
So that's where we're going to end episode 1 of season 2. In a whole new world.
Gotta keep our eyes open.
I'm into it.
Alright, cool. So let me move you on to the end of this episode, which Shane, that brings us around to you, my boy.
Yes. Oh, damn it.
Oh.
Just left.
You just left the meeting?
Alright, Shane is no longer doing rolls through humanity. He up. Click the wrong button?
Yeah.
Okay, welcome back.
I'm so mad.
My recording's all good. I just closed out my Chrome browser.
Yeah.
Trying to pull up the... Here we go. Yeah. So this month we'll be rolling for the Bridges Domestic Violence Center. This is a domestic violence center that is dedicated to helping victims and survivors find a pathway to safety and independence. It's a non-for-profit, non-discriminatory organization that offers life-changing services and programs. They are a worthwhile organization, worth our dollars and yours, and we will be rolling for them right now. Oh no. Drake doesn't have any easily accessible zero modifier. There we go. Nope.
Oh no, I made a character really good.
No, I'm min-maxed. I got one negative ones. Alright, here we go. So it's going to be a 13. $13.
Nice.
Coming from us to Bridges DVC, and we hope that you'll join us.
Alright.
Are we doing dad jokes this season?
For season 2, we're not going to do dad jokes. We're just going to do jokes. Now, I may happily live on dad jokes. That's me. But you don't have to.
Okay.
And no long-winded jokes, especially if ping pongs are involved.
I got one. It might be a little bit, but it'll be worth it. I promise. Just the one time.
This is the ping pong balls all over again.
It's not.
All right. Dating a girl with an OnlyFans is a lot like having your own private reserved parking spot. Anyone and everyone can see it, but only you actually get to use it. And to credit, I stole that from Ginger's bot that he plugged in to a dad joke API, and that's one of the first things it came out with. It was good.
It's funny. Some of those jokes are a little risky, though, if you know what I'm talking about. You know which ones I'm talking about.
No, that's for crew-only jokes at this point.
All right, I'll go.
Good.
There's a guy saw this chili advertised on TV, and he's a big fan of chili, and he keeps saying that it's on there. It's a world famous chili. If you're anyone who's anyone, you've got to have it. And so he saves up money for a while, and he's going to take a trip down to Texas because he lives way up north. Finally gets the money to go down. He drives down there. He finds the place. He runs in. There's one guy at the bar, and he runs up to the bartender and he says, "Hey, I need a bowl of your world famous chili right now. I've driven here through the night. I've spent all this money. I gotta have it. And the guy says, hey, man, I'm sorry. He's kind of cleaning out a bowl. He says, that guy over there at the end of the bar, he got the last bowl. If you want it, you're going to have to hit him up before he starts eating it. He runs down there, kind of knocking over chairs, and he gets to the guy and he says, sir, please, I'll give you anything for this bowl of chili. I've driven here for this bowl of chili. And the guy kind of slowly looks up at him, and he looks down at the bowl of chili again. He says, hey, man, you can just have it. And then he gets up to leave, and then he turns as the guy starts digging into it, and he's eating it up, and it's going all over his face, everywhere, just dripping down his shirt. And he gets to the bottom of it, and the bottom of it is a dead rat. And he looks at it, and he looks at the guy who had ate it before, and he just throws up into the bowl again, fills it right back to the top. And that guy said, yeah, that's as far as I got too. That was an old church camp joke before breakfast.
Avon, anything is better than that.
That was just gross. What did the triangle say to the circle?
What did
Hey,
the
man,
triangle
you're not
say to the
around.
circle?
Oh, no, that's the other way. Go ahead.
I don't think you see my point. No, that's not it.
You're close.
I'm 3 times the shape you are around.
I'm going to put my point in you.
No,
You're not getting-
you're
You
pointless.
never take my side.
You're
No,
pointless.
You're pointless. Yeah,
Pointless.
that's
There we go.
good. Shane, tell me a joke.
Okay, so a horse walks into a bar. The bartender recognizes him. He's in there all the time. And so the bartender asks the horse, he goes, hey, man, are you an alcoholic? And the horse says, I think not. And then he just vanishes. He disappears. Poof. Now, some of you out there are probably thinking, like, maybe some philosophy students, you're like, I get what you're talking about. This is, I think, therefore I am. He didn't think, therefore he isn't. I could have explained that part first, but that would have been putting Descartes before the horse.
Nice.
I like that.
That was good. All right, well,
I'm not doing the butthole thing anymore.
I just
either.
want everybody to know. No, you're not doing the fucking butthole thing. That's season one. It's done. It's
season
died.
one's
It's
done.
dead.
You gotta figure something else out
I
for
just
season 2.
Oh, so what's the thing? Okay,
No.
give me a second.
No.
Stall.
No,
What-
we're
what's
just
the
going to
item?
say.
It got stuck in my zipper.
It's a wiener thing. I love you.
We love you. Bye.
It's still
Love you,
the whole thing.
bye.
Bye.